welcome back to another episode of Seriously? Let's get started. So I started watching Stranger Things again for like the millionth time, but this time I'm trying to pay more attention to the details because I have been, ever since I saw the trailer for season 5, first of all, I can't wait to watch it, but also I am obsessed with people's theories, and because the Duffer Brothers have said that there are characters that are not going to make it, and they're gonna be killed off. So people's theories about who's gonna die, who's not gonna die, who's surviving, what is happening to Will, theories that Will gets possessed again because the Vecna or whatever was like in the back of his neck has never really left him. Also details like in season 1, when right before he goes missing, he walks into his house alone and something opens the door, and people are saying that it can't be the Demogorgon because it had the power to open up the door, and only Eleven and Vecna could do that. So people are saying that it was Vecna. Vecna has been there all along. So I think that's very interesting. There's also theories that, or not theories, but like I've also seen people talking about Mike and Eleven's relationship versus Lucas and Max. And yes, to be honest, I feel like Lucas and Max have a better relationship and they are so cute together. It would literally break my heart if Max didn't make it. Like if she stayed in a coma forever, or I mean, she's definitely gonna be in season 5. And people are saying that she might try to help Eleven fight Vecna, like her spirit. But I hope she wakes up from her coma. Also, I saw someone say that Jonathan Byers is probably gonna die trying to save Nancy or trying to save Will. And the theory is that if he's trying to save Nancy, he in a way is also saying that Nancy would be better off with Jonathan. I mean, not Jonathan, Steve Harrington. And now that I'm watching the show, because I remember I didn't like Steve at the beginning, and then he grew on me as a character. He became nicer and more friendlier to everyone because he was really mean on like the season 1 or like the beginning of season 1. But as I'm rewatching it and paying more attention to it, he wasn't really a bad guy. And he didn't break up with Nancy. Nancy left him because she kept blaming him for Barb's death when it wasn't really his fault. If anything, like, I'm not saying it was her fault, but she did leave her alone. If she wouldn't have left her, maybe nothing would have happened to Barb. So in a way, it was kind of her fault, but also not for her to be blaming herself, but she shouldn't be blaming Steve either. Then I also heard about the theory that Mrs. Wheeler is Vecna's little sister all grown up. And that one is crazy because imagine if that is true and everyone's already talking about it. People are also saying that Eddie Munson is gonna come back. I would want him to come back, but because he's in the Upside Down, I don't want him to be like a mean character. People are saying that he maybe became like a bat man because he was killed by bats, and he probably got some like bat superpower or something. That would be cool as long as he helps the group. Also, a lot of people think that what if this was all just a D&D game and like they have to keep playing, and everything that happened was just a part of their imagination. And other people are saying that the Duffer Brothers have heard the theory and they said that it's not that's not it. That's not what the show is gonna play out to be. Because it would be crazy that like we saw 5 seasons and at the end we just see them as kids again playing the game. Others are saying that they're comparing it to kind of like Jumanji, where once you start playing the game, so like everything in the game comes to life, and once you start playing it, you can't stop until the game ends. Which that sounds kind of cool. Maybe they got some inspiration from there. I don't know. But anyways, I get so happy and excited every time I get videos of the upcoming season of Stranger Things and other people's theories and how they're like dissecting everything. Others are saying like season 2 where Eleven's sister shows up. A lot of people don't like that episode, and I don't like that episode myself either. I usually not pay attention to it or I skip it because I don't know, I guess it was like pointless, and I'm not the only one. I've seen other people saying that it didn't make sense unless they bring her back for season 5, and how if she comes back she's probably gonna help Eleven defeat Vecna. That would be really cool, because that episode of her in season 2 was kind of boring and like not really made sense as to why she was there. Squid Games is coming out towards the end of June, which I can't wait. That I don't have to wait long enough. I think the last season came out, I think it was December of last year, which was like 6 months ago, which not that long. I mean, Stranger Things took forever to come out. I actually am kind of mad that, not that they're showing it in 3 parts, that's fine because they did that with Cobra Kai, but why are they putting it off until the end of the year? I heard that maybe the dates might change because it has happened in Stranger Things previous seasons, that they have set a premiere date. Like, I forgot which season it was. It was supposed to premiere on Halloween Day, and then they decided to move it a few days before. And I hope it happens to this one too. But even a few days before, I think is still too long, especially since the last season came out like 2 years ago. I think that part 1 should come out sometime this summer, like July, and maybe part 2 could come out like middle of October or ending October, beginning November. That part is fine. And then part 3 can come out I guess ending December, beginning of January. But I think that definitely part 1 should come out middle of the summer. I don't mind if it comes out in the middle of the summer and it leaves in a cliffhanger and I have to wait until like November. That's fine. But at least give us part 1 right now, because we waited so long. Anyway, so I saw the commercial for Squid Games. I think, is this part 2 or part 3? It has to be part 3 because they said it was the ending. So when did part 2 come out? I don't even know. I don't even know if it was split into parts or just 2 parts. But from the commercial that I saw, I haven't like watched any theories, or because I haven't gotten any of those videos regarding Squid Games. But it's gonna be very interesting. I saw that someone saying that there is this like rule in Korea where you don't kill off the pregnant character. So I'm guessing the girl that's pregnant, nothing's gonna happen to her. But then again, also on one of the trailers, you hear baby. So is her baby gonna be born while she's in the Squid Games? Because if it's already born, she no longer is pregnant. Could that mean that they could kill her?
I'm back and with a microphone, and I'm just gonna read to you some of the theories that I found of Stranger Things. I found one that says Sarah is alive and has been stuck in the upside down this entire time. I don't really believe that one, just because I also read another thing that said that Sarah died. By the way, if you don't know, Sarah is Hopper's daughter. And I read somewhere else that Sarah had died before the upside down gates were open. So she actually died because she was sick, not because Vecna took her. So I don't really like the theory that she's still alive. Someone said that 11 might not die but end up in the same state as her mom. Wow, that one's sad. See, I think someone said Henry is 11's father. Oh, I heard that one. I heard someone say that Henry might be all the children that were their father? Or all the children that were, or almost all of the children that were in the lab, he was the father somehow. I like the one that says that Karen Wheeler is actually Alice Creel, which is Vecna's sister. I thought she was a little sister because in the memories that they look back, she looked like she was like a 10-year-old girl, but I read somewhere that that character was about 15 years old, which is kind of weird because she didn't look like it, but would that make her older sister? His older sister or younger sister? Because he was older, wasn't he? Someone said Eddie is going to come back and kill Vecna. That one's a good one. Who do you guys think is the person that's going to be abducted? Because it says one of the episodes, it's called Someone's Missing or something. Like, and they blurred out the name. A lot of people are saying that it's the little Wheeler daughter. Someone also said that they think that Papa is alive because they never really showed him dying. And I kind of thought that too. I mean, there were helicopters around, and I figured, what if the police or someone showed up and actually saved him? And he never died. I mean, we never saw him really die. We just saw him give up because he was shot. Okay, here's another one. Someone said that one of the episodes is called Escape of the Camazotz or something. Camazotz. And in Mayan language and history, it means death bat or bat spirit. And the bat spirit associated with death by sacrifice. So that's the episode where people are saying that probably Eddie is going to be there and he's coming back as a bad spirit? Or he's coming back as a good spirit that defeats the bad spirit. I don't know. Just a theory. Someone said that the thing in the back of the neck of Will, what if it's a chip to suppress his powers? Kind of like Vecna had a chip. And then I guess that would make sense that someone had said that it was Will's dad who pretty much sold him to the lab. And that is why when Will goes missing, Jonathan goes to look for the dad and he checks the trunk of the car. Like, why would he randomly check the trunk of the car for Will as if he kidnapped his own son? That's weird. So people were saying that maybe the dad sold him to the lab, and that is why they were able to make an exact replica of Will and throw him in that lake or river and pretend that that was his body. And they wanted to pass him as dead, but he wasn't. But he actually sold him to the lab. They put a chip on his neck, and maybe that's how they were trying to suppress his powers. There you go. So the younger Wheeler sister, her name is Holly. And people are saying that one episode where it says the disappearance of, that Holly's going to be missing. But then also there's another theory that says that maybe it's Nancy or maybe it's Mrs. Wheeler. I think one of the Wheelers are gonna go missing for sure because everyone seems to agree that a Wheeler will disappear. Someone said that once Vecna is killed and the Upside Down doesn't exist anymore, everyone goes back in time and restarts from the day that Will went missing. That would be kind of sad because then that means that they never met 11. Then also Robin never existed. They never met Robin. They never met Max. That would be kind of sad. I don't really like that theory. Yeah, no, because that one kind of sounds like the theory of they're all playing D&D and at the end of the game everything goes back to normal and nothing has really happened and it was just a game. I don't really like that one. Okay, and the last theory for today is that We already talked about how Vecna wasn't the one who got Will on season 1. I mean, the Demogorgon. That it was actually Vecna, and it says this new theory that Vecna was looking for 11, and that's how he ended up finding Will, because they pretty much look alike. And the only reason that Will was able to survive the Upside Down was not only because he's good at hiding, that's what they said in the show, but because he kept singing his favorite song, Should I Stay or Should I Go? And that's how he was able to survive. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for listening. Let me know, what do you think is going to happen on season 5? What are your theories? Or what is a theory that you've heard that you really like? And thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye!